Matt.
You're on.
Cool. Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road was off ahead and your miles and miles from you. So big. You messed me up, Jack.
Sorry.
Just remember what the Ramblecast said, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything we wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we'll see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me.
That song always makes me cry.
It's a good one.
Get your friend out of me, okay? This is like, that song is so date rapey.
Your friend shouldn't be touching me. Just saying.
I see that you got your Woody in my buzz.
You got a Woody in me. Anyway.
So you couldn't take my suggestion to get it out of your system, huh?
No, I started to work on one while I was at work, and I couldn't think of good enough lyrics to fit it in the melody. And so I went, I'll just save that for another time.
Sure.
So you have a lot of work to do. We kind of kid you, but this song is, there's a lot of prep work that goes into it.
Well, yeah, like when I have to, because I'm always listening to music. So if I find some melody, I'm like, that can at least say Ramblecast somewhere in there, and then and then I go, okay, let's try to do this, and then
say, can you see Ramblecast?
Yep. Yeah, and then try to think of some kind of alternate lyrics that'll be funny or poke fun at one of us or something, and yeah. So
I don't believe in poking fun at people.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes it only takes me 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes me an hour or so.
Well, how long did it take you on this one?
Literally 5 seconds.
Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, I changed one word, so it's like it wasn't really a big deal.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Matt, did you get your drink?
I did. I got my drink.
Are you drinking gin again?
I am drinking gin again.
When did you become one of the guys from MASH?
I like gin.
It's just my go-to alcohol. It's
again.
Like
I guess I got to try it because I watched MASH for years and they were always drinking gin.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really tried. I've never really gotten it. I don't think I've ever had it.
Really?
It's an acquired taste. I always, for people who've never, ever had gin before, I always recommend Bombay Sapphire because it's the least.
Is that Dr. Bombay from Bewitch?
Yeah, how'd you know? Wow.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Just because it's when people describe gin, they often say it tastes like pine needles, but Bombay has the more subtle taste.
All right, who the fuck is drinking pine needles?
I know, but that's what they say.
Oh my God, I'm drinking pine needles.
It tastes like pine needles smell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so to me, like I like Tanqueray and I like Beefeaters and there's another one I like, Hendrix a lot. But for the people that like are just starting out, I always say get Bombay Sapphire.
Because when we first moved out here, every tree, everything they use pine needle as mulch. I go, what is this pine? I go, spent my life trying to get rid of pine needles. Why would I want to drag these pine needles over here? I'm anti pine needles, even though we have the lot next to us is open and they have all these pine trees and all the pine needles end up in our yard. All the pine cones, the pine needles are in my rain gutter. I have the things now, but it's just the whole roof is covered with pine needles and they're not even on my property. So I don't want to drink gin if it tastes like pine needles. It'll bring back bad memories.
You have to give it a shot and see.
Right.
I'd make you one if you were here.
Maybe next week I'll to celebrate MASH. I will get some gin and make my drink.
Well, I don't always drink, but I always drink when I'm podcasting, and I podcast all the time. So
there you go.
Nice. You got a MASH action figure. Did you get that for your birthday, Jack?
I got this a while ago.
Okay.
This is Jay gave me this a few birthdays ago. He gave me a Fernando Tatis rookie card for my birthday this year. I'm just going to put that in the safe because that's going to be worth billions someday. The kid's amazing.
Literally cents. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, the kid is. Hannes Wagner, step aside. Your car's no longer be worth the most. It's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr.
Who's he playing for?
The San Diego Padres.
Oh, okay. So
you may have saw his play yesterday where he jumped like 50 feet in the air and stole a base hit.
But you're saying like he's going to be like the Dan Marino of the baseball world, you know.
Or Dan Fouts. You can say it. You can say it. No, I think I'm saying in 2021 the Padres will win the World Series.
Oh, okay. I don't think they had the lobby.
What was the year?
2021.
That's a little soon.
I will make a wager with you.
I don't bet on my team. I don't bet on my teams. I learned that from the Chargers. So no, but the team is loaded. I mean, the farm system.
I wouldn't bet on your teams either, Jack.
Well,
loaded, man.
I only have one now. Well, no, I'm a Ravens fan now and a Browns fan, and the Ravens looking good so far the first
preseason. Preseason doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Colts got Andrew Luck. I got a boo-boo. I can't play.
It's preseason. I don't really care. I know.
Should have kept Manning.
Manning's gone. Give it a. I had to live with this through talk shoe era, and I had some serious talk shoe, post traumatic stress disorder.
That's why you started drinking gin.
So I started drinking gin and trying to work at a way to get us off of talk shoe. So. This episode is not brought to you by TalkShoe.
No, Matt fell on the grenade, and he.
This is actually brought to you by my work, Dolphin Papers. So thank you, Dolphin Papers, for making this show happen.
I don't think we had any of us agreed to an advertisement.
True.
Well, I'm just going to end this podcast right now because I seem to have all of the control with this hangout now. So.
And you're recording from home, right?
I am recording from home, but also on my work computer. And
I was just saying you haven't. Usually, by now you've kind of.
It's because of my laptop. So my laptop's a little old, and it's not my internet. It's actually like the laptop interface. So
I had the same problem.
I mean, I've got to say though. I mean, computers aside. I mean, I think I have a newer computer than from the earlier days of podcasting now, but like. Everything on this is smoother and it seems more stable than Hangouts ever was. And I'm not even going to talk about TalkShoe. That was just
well, Matt's reaction today was, "We're using TalkShoe." I go, "Well, as of now."
No. To be clear, you were like, "We're using TalkShoe," and I was like, "What?"
No, I said, as of now, we're using TalkShoe. It was all a ploy to get you to go and bite the bullet and figure out the system.
Yeah, and do all of the heavy lifting.
And did it work?
Apparently, because with all of the other business that I tried to squeeze in today, I was able to make
well, this is the most important one. I mean, I saw a few tweets you had on a few Instagram posts about Dolphin Papers, and I like it just because I'm nice. And thanks, Chris, for the birthday wish on Facebook. That was nice.
To be fair, I texted you fairly early in the morning.
You did.
Happy birthday.
You did. I appreciate that. Even though I was trying to skip it.
You were, but you can't avoid it. It's like a meteor.
Yeah, but, speaking of James Earl Jones.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm at the dinner table tonight, and we're talking about how my wife and my daughter and my son actually are going down to spend, I think, some time next week with my wife's aunt who lives in Jersey, just outside New York.
Your aunt?
And my wife's aunt, yeah.
Aunt, okay.
My aunt-in-law, I guess my aunt.
All right. Who says aunt here? I say aunt.
I say both.
What?
I don't say aunt. I say aunt.
I say Jack derails this show every chance he gets.
Yeah. So anyway.
Way to take the coward's way out there, Matt. Way to take a stand.
Anyways, they're going down with my my mother-in-law's sister's house.
Are they going to see their uncle?
Yeah, so they're going down to New Jersey and then heading into the city to go see The Lion King on Broadway. And my daughter is beyond excited to go. Like she's just can't wait to see.
What about your son?
My son's gonna come back, I think, hanging out with I don't know where he's gonna be.
Yeah, I heard he slept through the act. So
Yeah, he won't be going to the performance. But so I'm sitting there just talking, and then like I was like, so my daughter, I don't think she's actually sat through The Lion King in its entirety. I think she's seen bits and pieces of it. I think the first time she saw it, she got scared because of Scar and the hyenas.
Well, it's sad. It's sad that the son he can't wait to become king. Well, the only way he become king is if his dad dies. So basically, he's singing, "I can't wait till my dad dies."
Yeah. So she was, and I showed it to her probably like 3 years ago, since she's a lot younger. But now she'd be fine watching it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, "You're gonna go. We're gonna watch it before you go." And you know, Simba's father is Darth Vader. I was just like making a joke out of it. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, and my wife gives me this weird look, like she's raised. I go, "Come on, you what? You know that, right?" And she's like, "What?" I go, "James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader." She's like, "I never knew that."
Mm-hmm. Well, the movie. To be fair, the movie just came out.
I spit out my coffee, and I wasn't even thinking. Like, I was like, you shitting me? Like, you don't know the voice of Darth Vader? I posted on Facebook, not more than an hour ago. It's definitely turned into quite a topic on Facebook. I said today my wife was today years old when she found out that James,
I saw it just before I came up here to record, and I said, "Come on now."
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's equal numbers of people coming to saying, "Hey, this is like grounds for divorce / sorry for you," versus the number of people who are saying she's not alone. I didn't know that either. I just found out too. I'm just like, what the fuck is the matter with people?
Have you seen the movie?
Like, have you lived in the last 40 years? Like, I mean, he's one of the most iconic voices and actors.
Because he has a voice that's very recognizable. When you hear the voice,
everywhere,
it's like, "Hi, James Earl Jones."
Yeah.
To be fair, though, when they do unmask Vader, it's an old white crusty dude. So,
yeah. So. It's a good thing though. This dude G Suite also has a chat to the side as well. But yeah, it blew me away. Like I've got Facebook open on the left hand side of my screen, and it's it's still going.
She does know that Simba is Matthew Broderick, right? Ferris Bueller.
No, it was
no. Simba is Matthew Broderick.
No, it's is it? I thought it was the kid. I thought it was the kid from Home Improvement.
You are today this years old.
Home Improvement.
Hold on. Yeah, I thought it was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, see, we got 2 versus 2 going on here.
What? No, I thought it was
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, I thought it was Matthew Broderick.
Holy shit! Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, so you're just as bad as your wife and Nick.
Boy, I feel like not the stupid one today.
Are you trying to compare the notoriety?
Well, I'm just saying. It's a guy from Tool Time. Yeah, Home Improvement.
I didn't say it was Tim Allen.
No, that's.
Come on, Dad, die so I can become king.
I truly did not know that.
Oh my God, jeez! You need to make an apology to your wife on Facebook right now,
Nick. Jonathan Thomas was the young Simba.
See, that's okay. See?
Okay.
Oh, he was the young Simba. Okay, that's okay.
No, but
he was in the movie for like 5 minutes. But that's okay.
There's a huge difference between knowing. There's a huge difference between knowing Matthew Broderick's voice versus James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
And furthermore, to a couple of my wife's friends who have no fucking clue who James Earl Jones actually is.
Wow.
They've never seen Field of Dreams?
So I currently have separate text
Ray.
threads where I'm literally just tearing into people that I know, being like,
Wait, that was a kid. That was a kid from
This is-
That was a kid from Home Improvement. Was in Field of Dreams, right?
What?
Yeah, he goes. He was the kid from Home Improvement, right? They quit acting.
Yeah. This is beautiful. What is that, velvet? I mean, that's, God, I mean, how many
She's
movies-
choking on a hot dog, Ray.
fun
Yeah.
fact: Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are in Field of Dreams.
Yes, right.
Oh, another fun fact: Sarah Jessica Parker made Matthew Broderick dress up like a lion. They were together while that movie was,
They were together for a long time.
Mhm.
I can't. Every time I think of Sarah Jessica Parker, I think of South Park, though, because
Right, I know.
they rag her so bad.
I think of Square Pegs, but that's me.
Hey, he was caught horsing around.
That's not nice. Another fun fact: Matthew Broderick did kill somebody when he was with Jennifer Grey in, I think, Ireland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
If you don't stop and smell the roses, sometimes you could actually kill somebody. I think
Well,
that was the line from Ferris Bueller's Day Out, right?
Yes.
but didn't also Mark Wahlberg beat some guy to almost death?
But he's from Boston. I think that's
True.
the-
That's what they
get
do.
a pass.
Yeah,
Boston
yeah,
people
all
get-
Well, in fact, it was an older guy.
Look,
I think it's a rite of passage. You have to.
Yeah.
If you're younger, you have to beat up an old guy.
Exactly. People from Boston have the old subway cards where they have a punch hole. They get so many,
Oh.
and
They still use those in Boston.
They don't scan them.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
I scan my kills.
if you're on the T, which is the various different lines of transit, the subway cars in Boston, you do have a what they call a card, a Charlie card. This is what they used to call it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Subway, the restaurant where you got a
And
sandwich.
then
that's what I was talking
Okay,
about.
that's right.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I
because when you're on the commuter rail, you get the punch cards.
Because this is within a city where we can actually just get in our car and drive.
Right.
So,
I thought you were talking about public transportation.
I'm going, what the hell is he?
I knew exactly where Chris was going. I was like, I'm just going to let him talk about it for a while. Where it goes.
Yeah, how many punches do you have on your punch card?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. A punch card for
Punch card.
when you hit someone and kill them.
But see, the same thing kind of happened to me. I had a second date on Monday, and
we didn't know you had
That's not a
yeah,
we didn't know you had a first date.
yeah. I'm pretty private about that. I don't want to get ragged on by you guys. But no, I had a second date with this girl, and we were talking about something or another, and podcast came up, and I was like, I did this podcast with the guys. It's kind of like, just guys shooting the shit. And then I did a Game of Thrones one, but that's over now. I was like, and I do one about Star Wars from time to time. And she's like, would you hate me if I told you I've never seen Star Wars? And it's one of those moments where you're kind of like, what do I say to this? Do I go full on Nick, or do I just kind of go, no, it's okay?
You bring it to her gently that James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader.
I'll bring some truth to this as well. My wife has not seen any of them in their entirety.
Well, then it's not. Well, if she hadn't seen him, then it's okay that she doesn't know that James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader, right?
All you need to do is get your kids involved.
See, that's the plan. That's the angle that I'm going with.
Yeah,
That's what I told her. I said, it's okay that now that you're so. I don't think someone who's seen Star Wars and never saw them until they're older, I don't think they can enjoy them as much because it's too. You have to be within that sweet spot of 6 to 14.
So you're aging him, right?
No. Nick, you're onto something. One of the advices that George Lucas gave to was it?
Stop at 3.
Oh yeah, The Mandalorian. Yeah,
Yeah, The Mandalorian. Did you read about that?
yeah. Go ahead, Matt. Though.
Oh no, he was basically like, it's for kids. Star Wars is for kids. That's the key to Star Wars.
I thought tricks were for kids.
Except for when he burned Aunt Beru and Uncle
Yeah.
Owen. No.
Come on, kids!
That wasn't for kids.
Come see
It's-
burnt relatives.
It's literally a heartwarming moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like when Old Yeller dies.
It's like I'm not sure if I'm sure Chris and Matt have seen it. There's a meme out there which shows someone interviewing Mark Hamill, and he's like, "Who was the hottest couple in Star Wars?" You know, and he goes, "Well, I always say Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru because they were smoking hot."
Way to go, Mark.
Yeah.
Get that San Diego blood in him.
He's
But yeah, since we get all paused here, yeah. So I finished.
So wait, time out. Going back to the date.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Well, no,
as your date, Jack. Yeah.
No, I don't have dates anymore. I'm married. So you went on the second date. Is there going to be a third date?
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, we get along. She's
Okay. You sound excited about it. Well, we get along.
When have you ever known me to show excitement or emotion at all?
That is true. You're pretty emotionless. That's true.
Yeah, like it's early days. You know, she's
where did you meet her at?
I met her on a dating app called Hinge.
Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge, and she's a beekeeper, which I had never.
Ooh.
A beekeeper.
Yeah, so she lives.
So she's a honey. She has lots of.
She's a honey. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm after that nectar. Yeah.
Is that why you went out to Chimney Rock? You had to show her the Chimney Rock?
I want to show her. Everywhere I go reminds me of her.
I hopefully she doesn't sting you at the end. So that.
Yeah. No, that was just a day trip I did. Yeah, I went up to Wyoming and a little bit of Nebraska this past Saturday to just explore.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
I forgot you're in Colorado. I go, God, from LA.
No. No, I met her on Hinge, and then she's a beekeeper. She lives up in the mountains, and she has like contracts throughout the county for like people's farms, like have little beehive boxes, and that's what she does.
So she ever got stung?
She gets stung all the time. Is what she told me she is, but she's got like anyone, like you get used to it, and it doesn't bother her anymore. So
a beekeeper from Colorado, she must stay pretty buzzed.
Yeah, probably.
That was a better pun.
She did tell me that.
Matt
she
for
said,
the win.
That was a dad joke. It borderline on a dad joke. So
it is funny.
It was better than my two.
It is funny how like when you're older, like you let all the crazy out like on the first or second date. I'm like I'm just gonna go and tell you all my things first. She's like, I do smoke pot. If you have an issue with that, let me know now. I only smoke before I go to bed because it helps me relax, and then I'm out. I'm like, that's fine. I don't care.
Have you met Chris? That was what I would have said.
Exactly. I know a couple of guys. Yeah. And then she just, should I have a crazy ex-husband? I was like, okay.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. He's narcissistic. I was like, well, aren't we all?
It's a little ominous.
I have a crazy ex-husband.
Probably going to meet him.
Where does the crazy ex-husband live, though? He's in Colorado?
Apparently, he lives not too far from me.
All right.
Oh, nice.
This is the last podcast with Nick, everyone.
So wait, you have the front door there. That's the front door we're seeing right there?
No, it technically is the front door, but I use it for storage. You have to see the design of the house. It's weird.
Okay. How do you use a front door? I use my front door for storage.
So the frame of this house is an
makes for a great fire escape.
Yeah. The frame of this house is an old barn. And this little part here was like where the side for the barn would go into, and they built a little room here, and then another.
What do you like? Is it Green Acres? You climb out a window?
No, I have the barn door. Where the barn door was is where I use for my main door, and because it's two huge big glass bay like things.
Now every time I hear barn door, I think of
the half doors.
Oh, if you leave your zipper open.
Oh, that
used to be a term. Your barn. So I remember when I was young, people would say your barn door's open. I go, I don't have a barn. The hell you're talking about? Who's James Earl Jones? I don't know. So you can't go out your front door.
No, because
if the guy comes in, the psycho guy comes in, right now during the live podcast, we wouldn't be able to see it.
He'd come in from over here.
I think Nick said he's narcissistic, so he'd just be like, oh, I'm on a show? Yeah.
Whoa, cool. Yeah. I'm sure he is not aware of me.
Maybe he'd like to be a guest.
Mm-hmm.
On the that's how you could just say, hey, you want to be a guest?
I'm shocked that you even put it out that you're on a podcast like in the second date,
Oh, I didn't tell her anything else.
Oh, okay.
She wanted to know the name. I said, no. I'm not telling you the name.
Is she on Facebook?
Yep.
Jeez, Jack.
What's her name?
I'm not going to tell you.
That's not going to happen.
This is live on air. You think it's going to I'll tell her.
We have a chat.
You get 700 stalkers.
I would never put that in the chat.
Yeah.
If I were new.
But if I was going quick though, I thought maybe he'd fall for it. Anyway.
How long have you known me? You think I'm that?
That's true. You're pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty private. I'm amazed that he even told us that he went on a second date. So
Yeah. But yeah,
it's been a while since you've talked about going on a date.
That's true. Yeah. Well, there was a rough patch there, and then I was just busy looking for other jobs and moving, and yeah. But yeah, she's the first one that I thought was actually worth. I mean, I've had connections on different apps, but like she was the first one I went, oh yeah, I actually want to meet.
Are you still on a lot? Are you still on a lot of apps?
I'm on Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel, and Hinge. Yeah.
Still Coffee and Bagel. Okay.
I like Coffee Meets Bagel. I mean, it's really hard around here to. That one doesn't work as well as it did in LA because there's just not enough people.
They have like a pot one on, a pot chat on. Since it's legal in Colorado, they have like a
wishful thinking.
If that's your number one thing you're searching for in a dating app, I think that you're kind of starting it off on the wrong foot.
Well, you said the first thing she said to you, I smoke pot. You got trouble.
No, that wasn't the first thing. I was just saying we're
out of here, and I got a psycho husband. So
we're letting all the crazy. I was like, I just want you to know, I have a relationship with 3 other guys. And they dominate my time. I hardly get a word in with any of them.
Oh, you're talking about us. I thought you were talking about the girl. I said, I'd leave her right. She has a relationship with 3 other guys.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a keeper.
No. Yeah, but she's.
So when are we going to fly out to Colorado for the wedding?
That's a bit early. Yeah.
Wow, Jack, you're just like
I'm still trying to get the numbers up.
This is a hippie state, man. Like I'm not going to try to own anybody. We're just gonna,
I don't know if you remember when we first started recording. Remember, I said you go on the date and you ask her to marry you live on. I think it was Facebook Live or something.
Yeah, who was that? That was a while back. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember saying that you were against it.
I was.
I thought it'd be great for the numbers, but
what was I seeing back then?
You didn't want to go venereal, so
I didn't want to go venereal.
I think you were dating an Asian chick, weren't you? Or
I was dating an Asian chick at one point, and then wasn't that? I don't think it was
general region. It's like
yeah.
Well, I mean,
that one in particular was Filipino.
Hey,
and then
which is Asian?
Yeah, which is Asian. Chris did get it right.
Hence the generality, Matt. Fuck off.
Wow.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, speaking of anything else, I couldn't give a segue.
I have a question for Chris. What is that thing at the bottom of your door frame right behind you in the closet there? What is it?
What is that?
Looks like a mousetrap, isn't it? But,
yeah.
Let me see what you're looking at.
What do you mean? Let's see what you're looking at. Can you just turn around and see it?
That little.
It's like with the brown frame.
Looks like you got a little pack of.
Yeah, that little thing.
Yeah.
Ant trap.
Oh, ant trap.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Ants are a pain in the ass.
Sorry, is it
an ant trap or an ant trap?
Well, if you quit leaving your barn door open, Jack, then they wouldn't get in.
Just was curious, so we're getting a new perspective in your
It is a different angle you got going on.
Yeah. We can see so much more of everyone's screen. It's like, oh, look.
I used to podcast right
in the black chair or the recliner.
The chair is where I used to podcast from.
Oh,
the Smithsonian is called. They want that chair.
I used to sit right here.
I don't know if you heard me with the Smithsonian called. They want to put it right next to Archie Bunker's chair. They want to put it right next to Archie Bunker's chair.
But dude, that's an IKEA chair. It's new.
Oh yeah, that's when I comment because I've got the same one.
Oh, that's
right there.
Oh,
but mine's tan.
Oh wow,
the same chair.
This is great.
So I got this one.
Speed Racer.
No, nope, just says F.
S Racer.
Yeah.
Well, what else would you think? Go Speed Racer. I never saw that movie with Matthew Fox. I never watched it.
Yeah.
Nor did I.
I liked the cartoon. I was a big fan of the cartoon.
I love the cartoon. Do had the.
Yeah, and then the monkey was always getting into hijinks with a little kid.
What the heck was with the monkey?
I don't know. It was an Asian show.
My grandson, who's the splitting image of Jay. Because yesterday we were wrestling around, and Jay, when he was younger, always would get an injury.
Sorry, I'm thinking of airport movie lines, but go ahead.
You ever seen a grown man naked? No.
You like wrestling?
No, they never said that in the airport. In airplane.
Airplane? Didn't he say like?
Yeah. Yeah, Greek wrestling or something.
Yeah, no, he never said that.
He says something about wrestling.
He never says. Does he say wrestling?
Yeah.
You ever seen a grown man naked? You ever seen?
Do you like to watch grown men wrestle or something like that?
I don't think that's the line.
It's something like that.
Maybe Matthew Broderick was in it. I don't know.
Someone is screaming.
Sorry, I derailed your actual.
Well, thank you. So yesterday because my wife gets mad because when the kids were younger, when my kids were actually kids, I would get them all riled up for they had to go to bed because that's just what I did. And so I do the same thing with the grandkids. And so I'm wrestling with him, punching him, not punching, but slamming him, and he's wrestling back, and all of a sudden he goes, my toe, you bit my toe back. I said, oh my God, you are your dad's son. You are your dad's son, because he's always my eye, my toe, my this, my that. I said, come on, man, suck it up. But he's telling on, and then he tells my wife, and so he wants me to get a timeout because I hurt his toe. So, but anyway, we're watching what's that show, Paw Patrol.
Oh yeah,
and I've talked about it before. I go, but they live in the best world. It's the best place in the world. They have like a beach. They have like an Arctic. It's like an Arctic place, in striking distance. Everything a desert. Everything you need is in the land of Paw Patrol.
We have talked about this before.
I know, but I just was watching it going, how do they have all this stuff located in such a small place? Well, anyway,
we've talked about how inefficient it is and how unresponsible that mayor is.
She's the worst.
That the animals have to pull the slack for the human people to.
And she only cares about the fucking chicken. Yeah. So I just Chickaletta. Anyway, we complain about our political leaders.
Exactly.
Mayor Goodway, or is it Goodway? I don't know who she is. But anyway, go on. I'm sorry to derail the show.
Were we talking about something?
I don't know.
I just thought we were rambling.
Rambling. I'm a rambling man. Rambling.
I started to say earlier, I did finish Mindhunter season 1. Looking forward to season 2.
Is season 2 out yet?
It should be out, I think, at the end of the month.
Okay, because I started watching Glow, and I know Matt's. I'm like, I don't know. Every season of Glow, it takes me a while to get into it.
Huh? Okay.
Because I just finished I just finished the second episode. And what's the lead guy's name? He, the actor. He's the old guy.
Oh, Mark Maron.
Mark Maron, who beat us out. He beat the Married Man Show out for
Give it a rest.
Podcast award. So
that thing is done.
No, I'm still a little bitter. But him and what's Allison's character's name?
Oh, Allison Bree's character.
Yeah, it's like it would be like her dating me, and that's what they were talking about in the hot tub. I'm the whole time going, dude, you're just too old. Too old. Move on. I don't want to spoil anyone, but just move on.
How far are you into this season of Glow?
2 episodes. I just finished the second episode.
Oh, okay. Just 2 episodes.
But once I get into it, I power through it.
I'm telling you, I love that show.
I love the show, but last year, it took me like 2 or 3 episodes to get into it.
The opening was kind of like, ooh, I can't believe they're going there.
That was cringeworthy.
It was cringeworthy, but
it was funny.
It was funny, but think about this. How many kids are watching that and they're like, okay, so what's going to happen?
Yeah, what's the big deal? So the space shuttle explodes.
Well, spoilers, come on.
Oh, well, come on. I think it's sorry, the chat. No, okay, spoiler.
No, you already spoiled it.
Well, I don't think it really spoils anything.
I was trying to be pretty vague.
I was trying to be vague too.
Yeah.
I was actually going to start Glow pretty soon.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen any of it. Yeah.
Oh,
I know what it's about. I just haven't seen it.
It's really good, but it takes a while to get going.
I mean, I did. I assumed I know at least one of you picked up on my joke earlier on that I did start episode 1 of The Boys. I will watch episode 2 tonight.
Oh, nice. So what did you think of the scene
The scene?
The scene.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Did you see it coming?
Yes. I didn't see it coming, but I paused it as soon as
because obviously she didn't.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, about when the first spot hits his face, I knew what happened. And so then I kind of rewound it just quickly to kind of go like, "Oh, that's cool."
And I'm sorry, what Matt put in the chat is true, and that's a reason to watch season 1. Anyway,
true.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I enjoyed.
In Mindhunter, it was. I'm sorry, Chris, you haven't been talking anyway. In Mindhunter, was there any scene towards the end where you kind of jumped?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Was there any kind of scene where you kind of went, "Oh, I didn't see that coming"? In Mindhunter.
Oh, in Mindhunter, no, because you said that last week about there was a scene where you kind of jumped, and no, I didn't. Nothing surprised me.
All right, whatever. Move on. Chris, you had something?
I mean, the ending.
Are you still talking?
The last episode with Kemper, that one was pretty good. Well, I liked it.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
So I have not found a show to watch, and I did find a show. The moral of the story, I ended up finding one. After The Boys is over, I was like, "What am I going to watch?" I
hate that when you have such a good show.
Yeah,
and you have to go, okay, what am I going to watch?
Watch Mindhunter.
I went back to a show that I was watching, and I just kind of like fell off my radar for a bit on HBO, but it came back on my radar because season 2 was just started this past week, and I had gotten like half of the season, maybe a little more than half the season, first season of Succession.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
that came back. Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, is it back?
Yeah, first episode of Sunday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I jumped back into it, and I'm like on the second to last episode of the first season, and holy shit, that show is just full of fucking terrible people.
Oh, every single one of them is terrible.
It's one of those shows, but who do you root for?
You don't root for anybody. They're all awful.
I root for the egg with the what's his name?
Yeah. Oh, the cousin.
Yeah, the little bastard. Poor guy. All he wanted to do was smoke pot in his mascot uniform. He didn't want to be bothered with all this stuff.
Well, you shouldn't. When you smoke pot, you can't throw up. You can't throw up again.
In this first episode back, there's one funny scene with him. I'm not gonna spoil like who it is, but it's with him. But like
I spoiled it, so go
he
ahead.
he gets some cocaine for this guy, and he's like, "Oh, you seen it? Okay, you guys seen it? Yeah." And he's like,
the party scene.
No, and like this is the second season, first episode. He's
He's
like, where did you get this coke? He's like, I got it from a guy. He said it was great. He goes, it's great. He goes, yeah. And he goes, where'd you get it? He goes, the park. He goes, I'm snorting park coke. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, all right, let's try it. And he's like, of course, his cousin, he is. He's just so naive. He's like, is it good? Is it good? He goes, that's literally the worst shit I've ever put in my mouth.
Is that spoiler? Is that the son who's got an issue with drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
And then what does he say after that? He's like, oh, well, he promised me that it was like premium stuff. He goes, oh, he promised you? Did you get a receipt?
They always fuck with him. I like when he picked up last season when he picked up his grandfather. Was it his grandfather?
Mm-hmm.
Up in upstate New York.
Yeah, that was probably some of the funniest stuff. It's a show that a lot of people might not be into.
Yeah.
But it's a very good show. Brian Cox really is the dad, right?
Right.
Yes.
He used to play for the Dolphins, right?
What?
He used to be a football player, Brian Cox. You don't remember Brian Cox?
Not the same guy.
No? Okay. All right.
Anyway. He was in Super Troopers.
He was in Deadwood. Also Troy.
Interesting.
Yep. A movie Nick hated, right?
I hated Troy.
You hated Troy.
I hated Troy. Anyway, so I started watching Succession again. It's incredible, like how well casted that show is, and how well because like the show is made up entirely of fucking terrible people. Like, but it's so well done. so far, my favorite episode was probably the bachelor party episode.
Yeah, that's my. I was gonna say that's my favorite one.
That just takes a fucking turn down the road like you've never thought of. And what's the character's name? The guy who Shiv was engaged to, and then presumably getting married to. I haven't seen the wedding yet, but
I forget the actor's name, but he's in Ripper Street.
He's been in tons of stuff. He was in he's Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice in 2004. Like he's been acting forever.
Well, if you haven't seen Ripper Street, it's a British show. It's excellent. He's the star in Ripper Street.
So like his character, like
he's a brown nosed asshole.
But it's just weird because he goes from one extreme to the next without a commercial break.
And there you go. I think it's a good time to take a commercial break.
Mid-sentence, mid-topic.
All right.
Yeah, we don't.
Well, after that commercial break, and maybe you'll win the lottery too.
But he also gives the cousin the worst time.
Oh yeah. Because I think that's the only time he can actually be himself is when he's not having to kiss ass to the whole family because this guy is under him and he knows it. So it's just like, you're my little bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure whether or not it's like the only time he can be himself or it's the only person that he has leverage over.
Right.
One or the other. Like I can't figure out, like, is he actually fucking stupid or is he super smart and he's just playing his cards right?
Right. Who, the cousin or the...
Either way, you got snowballed. That's just fucking weird.
Wow. So it's already been 40 minutes. Wow.
Great. I don't have to do the math.
Do the math, Jack.
That was really awkward silence after I made a snowball joke.
Well, I mean...
Oh, right, yeah.
There's that really great line from that.
So you're recommending people watch?
I do. Yeah, I think it's actually a really... I think it's a really good show. You feel dirty as shit after watching it just because of
What about the softball? What about the softball scene?
Oh, fuck. The watch.
Well, I think he did. I always said that I forget the character's name, but it's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah.
Who I actually like, but he's such a dick.
Yeah.
I like him. But in that scene, I think he did that to impress the dad.
Yeah. But I mean, I loved that. So I remember us talking about that scene when we watched it the first time.
We did.
Because I loved that scene because it was just such a telling thing. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And that's the character. If I was on that show, that's the character I would want to be, is the Culkin character.
Yeah.
Just because he's... Yeah.
The best though is the episode that I'm on is when you're sitting there watching. They're all arriving at the wedding, which I believe is in the UK somewhere. Blah blah blah, and then he just fucking shows up with the what's his name hooked up with at the bachelor party. And I was like, oh, what a dick move! That's such a dick move, man.
Wait, speaking of Matthew Broderick, what's his name? What's his name's one of the sons.
Oh right, yeah, Cameron.
That's right.
Let my Cameron go. And he's dating a prostitute.
You need to get him out of here. He is telling everybody he's in love with them, and it's really weirding people out.
Alan Ruck. That's the
There you go.
I mean, HBO is kind of on fire. I mean, because they're just putting out stuff that's very different from other shows they have. Because, like I said, like Euphoria, which I don't think any of you guys have watched either, is a fucked up show.
Yeah, I don't know if I can watch a fucked up show.
Yeah,
unless I'm fucked up.
Because it's the girl who plays MJ on the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah,
and every single person in that show has an issue, and it's how they're dealing with it. And I've had some friends not want to watch it because the first episode people get confused that it's kind of glorifying drug use, but it goes away from that after the first episode.
Don't we do that on this podcast?
Well, you do. Yeah. But no, I liked it. I mean, that's a good show.
All right. Maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe once I get through my Magnum PI rewatch.
That'd be forever.
Are you back on the Magnum watch then?
Well, I never gave
Does
up.
he have a mustache yet?
Yeah. No, I don't. I can't. I couldn't grow that kind of mustache.
No. Does Tom Selleck have a mustache?
Oh, he has a mustache. Yeah.
Okay, because didn't he not have a mustache at the beginning?
No,
he always has the mustache.
He always has a mustache.
I know he shaved it later for something, but yeah, he always had
maybe towards the the finale when he rejoins the Navy. Oh, spoiler! You haven't seen it.
Oh.
Well, I didn't mean like
Sorry.
a Magnum. I didn't mean a Magnum. I just meant like in his career. I've seen.
Well,
him
yeah, because I think in Blue Bloods, he's done more episodes of Blue Bloods than did Magnum PI.
Never watched it.
I watched Blue Bloods for like 6 or 7 seasons, and I just had to stop. I can't because I didn't like the kids on the show. If you remember, I was always calling for the kids to be killed off.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, just kill those kids. They can't act. Please just kill them.
So, I think you should invest in at least like a little fake mustache and, put on your Hawaiian shirt and just kind of give Sydney a little, or Sydney.
What are we doing, Higgins? Because he has a squeaky voice back. If you listen, he's got kind of a high-pitched voice back in the Magnum days.
But just put that on before you go to bed.
I could probably.
When Cindy, I don't know why I can't say her name.
Cindy.
When she wakes up in the morning, she'll be like, "What?"
I think I'd have a better chance of pulling off Higgins.
Okay.
Just
all right. Wait, doesn't Higgins? Yeah,
Higgins.
Okay.
Not the modern version where it's a girl.
Right. No, not that part. So.
Because she's a hot version of Higgins in the modern one. I couldn't pull that off. I could pull off the Higgins of the original one. I remember someone saying, I said, I don't like Higgins because he has that kind of like receding hairline thing. So well, you have it.
I think you could also pull off the original Charlie from Charlie's Angels too.
I think you should just go for TC.
Charlie, John Forsythe had his hair forever.
Oh, I was saying because you never saw him hardly.
Oh, okay. But I knew it was John Forsythe from Dynasty.
Right.
I thought you were saying I could pull off Bosley.
Bill Murray.
Well, no, I'm not. I was talking about the original Bosley.
I know.
Okay.
I was trying to make it better.
Okay, thanks. Bill Murray's not an attractive guy.
He's a sexy beast, that Bill Murray.
If he wasn't funny, he'd be no one would care.
That's right. That's a lot of people.
There's nothing but Star Wars.
Better than Car Wars. No, seriously, if he wasn't so talented, would anyone look at him? Would anyone care?
No.
No.
You always feel sorry for him because, his older brother,
Brian Doyle.
Yeah. He's a talented guy, too. He wrote Caddyshack, and he wrote a lot of movies, and he's been in stuff,
Pick that rapper up.
But then the younger brother who...
Was Mad Men.
Was he in Mad? Oh, no, yeah, that's that one. But there's also another one, too. The only thing I ever remember him in was he had a cameo in Scrooged during
right.
And it's you imagine being Bill Murray's brother, though, because you're just you can't live up to that.
Well, it's almost like the Baldwin brothers,
or the James Belushi compared to Jim Belushi.
But Jim Belushi had a pretty good career. I mean, his brother had to die first, but he did have a decent career.
But nobody gives a shit about the Baldwin brothers.
Well, I'm just saying you have Alec Baldwin, who's been very successful. Yeah. He needs anger management, but he's been successful. Then you have Billy Baldwin. Then you have the crazy one,
Barry Baldwin.
It's not Barry Baldwin.
And then you have Adam
Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin. That was the one I was thinking about.
They're not really. They're not related in any way.
You look at families that have careers in acting and stuff like that. There's always a drop off.
Yeah, Stephen Baldwin's the other one.
Stephen Baldwin.
Because you look at the Affleck brothers. They've had pretty good success, right?
Oh yeah, and that's what's funny because you always thought Casey would never amount to anything, and he ended up.
He's 1,000 times better than his brother.
Oh yeah.
But he's got issues of his own. So.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all from They are from Boston.
Yeah, they have their punch card.
Yeah.
Well, and James Franco's brother is married to
Alison Brie.
Alison Brie.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lucky man.
Yeah.
Bringing it full circle, huh? Back to the.
Well, I was trying to bring it full circle.
Who's more talented, James Franco or the other Franco?
James.
I think the other Franco.
What? Oh, because he's supposed to be able to pull Allison Christie. I met her.
Right time, right place. That's all that matters.
I met Allison very briefly at Comic-Con.
Stalked her.
No, like it was
before the police took you away.
No, well, it was before community
because you were glowing.
It's our second date.
It was before. Yeah, it was our second date.
Sorry, you were trying to say something.
Well, it was before community. It was for the very first community panel, and before it had started. And I knew her from Mad Men, and so that's why I wanted to meet her.
I know her from Mad Men. This is our second date.
Hey, you're in Mad Men, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
Hey, you're in Mad Men. That was awesome.
When he cheats on you,
laugh it up, fuzzballs.
When he cheats on you, were you upset? It's Pete, right? Pete cheats on her, right? That's the guy.
Yeah, spoilers for Mad Men. But if you haven't seen that, too bad.
Okay, it's James Earl Jones is in Mad Men. Okay.
James Earl Jones wasn't in Mad Men.
He plays Don Draper, doesn't he?
Yeah, sure.
Roger, I think we should.
Holy shit!
We've lost Jack, guys. He's breaking up.
We lost me. How is it my fault? So, anyways, I never heard what Nick said about Allison Brie. Did?
Oh no, yeah, none of y'all did. It's fine.
Yeah, that was Matt's fault. Blame the gin.
And she's got her arm around you, dude.
Yeah, I told you.
There's a photo.
Oh wait, did you send us the photo?
She's adorable.
Stop! I'm stopping. I don't care what the listeners care.
Nick, you gelled your hair that day too. Of course you did.
What? I had what?
You gelled up your hair that day.
No, that's because I was sweating my balls off. It was Comic-Con. I mean, look how younger I look. This is probably 2010 or 9. I'm not sure what.
Is there any way you can Photoshop yourself out of this photo?
No.
He has dangerous eyes.
Yeah. Which one?
Where did you? This is like one of the smaller ballrooms, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, this is before Community started. This was their very first panel at Comic-Con.
Oh wow! And she's got her fingernails painted pink.
Yeah.
So
that's a good photo of her.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Was that your? I think Matt said your first or second date.
That was our fourth date.
Does she have a crazy ex-husband? That's what I want to know.
Sure she does.
Pete's a bit crazy, but I think I can take him.
Yeah, I think you can take Pete.
Yeah,
I think you take Pete.
This is late breaking news here, but we have an email, and before we finish before we finish this main podcast, one of our loyal patrons sent in this email.
Wait, before you read the email, what's your artwork for today?
I didn't make any artwork for today. I was.
Oh my God. I had to set up the show, so I couldn't do artwork. All right, go ahead. You know what?
Are you done?
You know what we can do? We can offer them the picture of Nick and Allison.
Oh yeah, maybe Nick can print it out and sign it.
Well, no, I was hoping that maybe he'd get Allison to sign it.
I'm sure Maggie would like this. This email is actually from Maggie. She says, "Hey, Chris, Nick, Matt, and Jack."
So, wait, hold on. This is from Maggie?
Yeah.
I'm last. Thanks, Maggie.
She said, "Thanks, Jack, for putting us on Talk Shoe. You suck." So, no, she says, "I've been meaning to send you an email to tell you how much I appreciate your World Cup conversation last month. I thought you guys were really thoughtful and talked about it like you would any other sport, which means a lot because women's soccer doesn't always get that much attention. Talk to you soon, Maggie."
It was fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun to watch. So, and I only wish that I could watch soccer all the time on nationally syndicated TV. But
I was thinking about the women's soccer team the other day actually, and it's kind of a shame because unfortunately, I mean, this is just from my perspective. Again, this is just the way I've kind of see things or whatever. But like, I feel like that the importance of it and the draw and the marketing and the advertising for women's soccer has just disappeared, right? Like, you think about it, and you have like, if a team wins, let's say a team wins a World Series, right?
In 2021, the Padres.
And like here, I remember when the Red Sox won the World Series, they literally just paraded that trophy to almost every single community in New England. Like, they went to almost every single town and did like a presentation to like the school library, or you can go and see the trophy, this, that, and the other. Or like when there's a parade when the Super Bowl is won by whatever team who wins the Super Bowl.
Just say the Patriots. We know that's what you want to say.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, but like, I feel like there was a Massachusetts, a very small state. It is, but it's also more populated than most states. But anyways,
because you're all Catholics, right?
What?
Catholic? Aren't you supposed to have so many people per family?
Huh?
I married a Catholic, so I've been to.
I was Catholic until I reached the age of reason.
I've been to the
George Carlin
when my kids took the what's the thing where they have to. Anyway, when they reach a certain age, they have to
be
bar mitzvah.
No, not bar mitzvah. It's
confirmation.
And literally going to the classes, and I almost got thrown out.
ECD. So, anyways, like my point is this: is that like, I just feel like there was that one, like, that presentation in New York City in which they had like a rally, and then it's just, that's it. You haven't heard anything about them. You haven't heard from them. Whether it's absolutely
that's the blame of America and the Soccer Association.
Well, I think it's the Soccer Association. It's FIFA. I think it's the whole,
because why would you want to have a nationwide tour promoting? I don't know why you wouldn't promote it.
I mean, granted, a world tour, rub it into the other countries' faces.
Yeah. Like, but we
got the trophy. You do not have it.
When you're comparing soccer versus any of the other sports that we play in the States, it's clearly going to be lower on the totem pole from a popularity perspective.
When I was a kid, they said soccer would be the number one sport by the time I was like 30, 35.
It is the number one sport.
No, in America.
In the world.
In America, because every kid was playing it.
Yeah.
I played it, but it's still not number one.
I just think it's a shame. I wish that I wish that it was still a bit more relevant.
No, I agree. They should have promoted it more because it was fun to watch. It was
Megan Rapinoe does have a book, a children's book that's out. My daughter just saw it at our local bookstore just recently. So
was that the bookstore you posted on the, what's it called?
Wild Geese Bookstore.
I said, God, don't they have just normal names in Indiana?
I like the fact that we have a local bookstore. It's a small bookstore, but you live in
Mayberry.
It kind of feels like that sometimes. So,
but always support your local stores, Jack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come bring my book.
I realize that a lot of people, and this is a good time to mention this, is that you go on Amazon. If you're going to shop Amazon, you're going to shop Amazon.com/JanJack, or is it jandjack.com/?
Just go on jandjack.com and click on Amazon.
Okay, sorry, Sherry, I completely forgot the wording of it.
And unfortunately, I never remember it. So
I flipped it around. I blame the gin. But also shout out to Sherry, who is anxiously anticipating when we can have a live show again. I understand.
I want to thank you, Matt, for backing me up on that one.
What did I do?
Because I did remember, because I couldn't. You said it wasn't my fault that I want, because all the times I've thrown you under the bus.
All the times.
Since we started recording Sports Talk on Sports Talk with Three Stupid Guys.
Every single fucking Sports Talk.
Probably at least 1,000 times I've thrown you under the bus, and you protected me, and I kind of felt guilty there for like a minute.
Really, that long?
It was like a minute. I
Wow.
felt shame.
That's awesome. But anyway, Sherry, and for all of those other faithful, loyal listeners, we're going to work towards getting you guys a live show that you can join us in with the feed.
And you can see the chat.
I felt like today was a first
No,
step.
you can't.
I felt like today was a first step in just getting us up and recording with Google Hangouts again.
Matt's been very proactive.
And hopefully we can keep at least the sound quality and production level above.
I gotta be honest, this has been great.
It's super stable.
Yeah. So and if we have to, we'll do what we need to in order to bring you guys a better quality show. But
to be fair, when you said "G sweet," I wasn't thinking sweet.
Oh.
I was thinking like sweet.
Oh,
Like what, dude? What's mine say?
I was like going. I kept looking for it. I go, what the fuck? I go, I can't even find
Sweet.
it. It's gonna be all this different stuff. I go, what the fuck is Matt talking about?
What's mine say?
Sweet, dude.
sweet man. This G is so sweet. It's like the best chord ever.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking because G
Those
sweet.
tattoos on my shoulder blades. Just getting
I wasn't thinking like sweet like the address. I was like going, okay.
Jack
Sure.
is not getting this reference.
No,
No, not at all.
I'm still trying to remember that Matthew Broderick was in Lion King.
Yeah, seriously.
Did you go on Facebook and apologize?
No, I didn't apologize. I admitted that I didn't know that he was.
You should apologize. In fact, I think you should be getting flowers for your wife tomorrow because your mistake was just as bad. I'm gonna post that on the thread.
I don't think anyone would agree with that.
I think everyone would. I think Amanda would agree with me.
Well, I can't wait till we go live so that people can see the shade that we give each other visually.
You're assholes to each other.
We are.
But I think we are assholes each. But I think it's almost like we're brothers, Like I guess
I mean, a father and his older
kids,
sons.
Yeah, that's probably more realistic. But that's how I treat my kids.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, anyway, I think we should put a pin in this episode.
Agreed.
Folks, we've we've done a lot. Talked some stuff.
We did talk. We talked a lot of stuff. And Maggie, you can get the whatever you want. The picture of Nick and Allison. You can have that.
I didn't volunteer that.
I did,
but I did, and we both did. Yeah, so
hold on. I think I'd rather see Matt's caricature of Nick and Allison.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind on these drawings. I've got several commissions here that I'm a little late on. Speaking of one, which I meant to give a shout out on Instagram as well.
Dolphin papers.
No, well, thanks for that. But no,
I figured I might as well help you out.
Well, I appreciate that. But no, Chris and we received something in the mail from a listener, Dave.
Wait, time out. Just you and Chris got something?
We did.
Fuck Nick and Jack. But go ahead. Go ahead and explain it. Fuck it.
Well, it was a couple months back though. He had visited Disneyland, and apparently he.
Oh, you know what? I hate Disneyland.
Okay, well, he also hates you. Clearly, you're not his favorite.
I don't care. I don't want to be the favorite.
He decided to send Chris and I some maps of the new Disneyland, which also features the Millennium Falcon. I can tell Nick is
the new Star Wars land.
Star Wars land. Excuse me.
Hold on a second. I got Nick's like going, what the fuck? I'm on the podcast.
I know. Nick's face is priceless right now. Dave.
Okay, you know what, Dave? I can see you saying "fuck Jack," but why say "fuck Nick"? I don't get it.
It's the other guy.
I think he only had two.
Yeah.
And
hold on a second. Did Shandy get one?
Intentions. No, Dave's
did Shandy get one?
Dave's intention was for us to share this with our children.
There we go. That's
And I specifically told him Jack, hold on.
I thought you
Can I talk? Can I finish?
And I responded to Dave, and I said, actually, I'm not going to let my daughter even know this exists. This is going to be mine. I'm keeping it.
Dave, it's okay. I don't like Star Wars, and I don't have like grandkids. But go ahead. Go ahead and finish it.
I thought you were going to say his intention was for us to talk about it on Owen and Bruce Barbecue. And either way, I was fucked. I was like,
I was thinking the same thing. I go,
no.
I think he wanted actually just my kids to talk about it on Bruce since they
double fuck.
Wow.
They're already asking me like, hey, when can we do another podcast?
When can we do an episode with Shandy and us and forget the two other guys?
No, they haven't mentioned Shandy.
This is probably not a good time for us to explain how fucking cool the maps are, is it?
Well,
no.
Now I want to know what day was it?
We don't need to.
We're not going to get into.
We're
full
not at liberty to say that
because I might unfriend this Dave on Facebook if I'm following.
Well, you know what? Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. You know what? I have a lot of Daves I follow on Facebook.
All of them are gone.
I'm going to unfollow them all. Fuck you.
You know what? At this point, I'm just going to go full dick mode here. So these are limited opening weekend edition only versions of the map.
You got Nick's face is priceless,
and they are very unique and very rare.
Can I say this? Fuck you, Jay, for not being on the show because you would love to have it.
Well,
in all honesty, like all jokes aside, it was. I felt terribly because he sent them to Matt and I probably about a month ago, probably longer actually.
Hold on, you've been keeping the secret from Nick and I?
No, I just shit has been crazy. I was gone for the month of July. Like
you also moved.
I moved. No, it was before. It was after.
What the fuck? Okay. Matt has no excuses except for being drunk.
Okay,
dead to him. Anyways, but so I felt terribly because I forgot to thank him. Like I totally forgot to thank him.
The title of this episode: "Fuck Dave."
Jack and I would have at least thanked the person.
Oh, I would have.
I'm self-admittedly saying I completely flubbed and I forgot.
And I'm way overdue, Dave. I'm sending you a drawing.
Dave. Nick said, Dick, we would have just been happy, and it would have been right behind me here.
All right. Well, hey,
I would have framed. I would have framed it. It had been in the background of every
San Diego
podcast.
Charger thing established in 19.
You know what, Nick? I am going to frame it and put it in the background. That's a fucking great idea, man.
Look, I don't want to name names, and I don't. I don't want you to.
So fucking doing that.
Right there.
You know what? I really want to know what David is. I'm really
Look,
pissed.
don't run yourself sick over this, okay?
Run us or Dave?
You guys, I don't want you to run yourself sick.
Every time Jack pulls up his stupid ass best produced podcaster trophy or whatever the hell it was, let's be like,
no.
Star Wars map.
Best entertainment. You can't take that away from me, Dave.
Oh, that's right, because you didn't produce it well.
Whoa! I wasn't the producer. You're blaming the other guy. I'm not you. I'm not you, other guy.
Well, you know who didn't produce this episode?
Dave.
Jack. Dave. Yeah, Dave didn't either.
Dave. Hey, you want to be a guest on the show? No, fuck you. No.
Well, actually, Matt has the powers.
I'm ready to mute any one of you at this moment. I can stop this recording.
All kidding aside, fuck Dave. No.
Okay, well, there you go, Dave. I hope you enjoyed the hatred that you've brought.
You know what? If you'd like to send a gift to maybe Nick and I, and skip the other two, we'll accept it.
Or if you want to continue all this bullshit,
I would
Matt and I, and we'll just keep the joke going.
I would prefer that.
I would love nothing more than to just frame all the shit that Matt and I get and have it be all over the walls. I mean, how great would that be? My walls are bare because no one sends me anything, but except for Dave. Thank you, Dave.
I got a map now. I got a map.
I'm long overdue for some drawings. So I will get to that tomorrow morning. So
Dave, I'm gonna go on your page and give you a 1-star review. I'm gonna give the guy Dave.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm just seriously. Fuck it, I'm angry.
Well, if you're not like a Jack or Nick.
Nick is actually sulking.
Nick's just like shut down. He is emotionally shut down.
To be fair to Nick, he is on Own Brews Barbecue, so a Star Wars thing would be pretty cool for him.
I just imagine Dave like I got two. Sophie's Choice. Who's
picking?
Maybe Dave didn't hear last week's episode where I said I grew up like 4 blocks away from Mark Hamill. Literally grew up 4 blocks away from Mark Hamill. You may have heard of him. He was in Star Wars.
In his messages to Chris and I, he said...
He sent you messages too?
Yeah, he said, I have no shits to give. And I have no fucks left. So what are your guys' addresses? Anyway...
you know what, Dave? You send me a message. I'm not giving my address.
Exactly.
You can support this show in other ways, though. So you can become a patron member.
Yeah, whatever.
Jack's lost it. There are some special patrons that make.
Who sent you the Speed Racer chair? I want to know that now.
Wow, I don't know if we'll ever close out this show.
Actually, jandjack.com/Amazon did.
Yeah. So there are some special people that make this show possible. Specifically, Tack from Paris.
No, I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay.
That's my job. You can get the prizes, you can get all the rewards, but this is my job to announce the patrons.
Okay.
All right. You want to step on my toes there?
No, hey, take it. It's
Tack from Paris, Eckhart Rickner, Glapler, Joanne with a Plan, Ed the Creepy Litter here, and Drake the Destroyer, and Maggie, you're last. Maggie the Magnificent. Thanks for doing what you do, and thanks for everyone that listens except for anyone named Dave.
All right, great show, guys.
I think Nick has quit. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Great
Dave.
show, guys. That map is 1 in 200.
This is Jack's message, and I endorse it.
Whatever.